Hi everyone, I am Mayank and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I discuss about books, life, and productivity. So, if you're interested in reading, if you're really interested in productivity, and if you want to read more books, you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Today, I'll be discussing about a book that I read recently. The name of the book is A Hundred Little Flames by Preeti Shenoy. Now, a brief background about Preeti Shenoy. She's one of my favorite Indian authors. I don't read a lot of Indian authors, but Preeti Shenoy is definitely one of my favorite. I feel the reason I really enjoy reading her books is because she describes whatever is there in her book in a lot of detail. So, a lot of the characters, any of the scenes, or any of the places that are present in her books are described very much in detail, and that is why the visualization that is done by a reader is to a great extent very much accurate. So today the book that I want to talk about is A Hundred Little Flames. Now this is a book that I had picked up a long time back, but I had returned it to some reason. I decided to read it again during this period, and I was thoroughly mesmerized by the kind of writing which she has done in this book. So, unlike a lot of other books of hers, this one is based around a rural scenario. So, if you have read previous few books of Preeti Shenoy, they all are mainly surrounding the urban areas or characters who live in these urban areas. But this particular book is mostly placed around a village, and that is where most of the story takes place. The central character, the protagonist of the book, is Ayan. He has recently been fired from his job due to no mistake of his actually, and his father is not very much happy with this situation that is there. His father is not in any way happy with his son's performance in his life till now. This incident aggravates that anger even more. Now, what his father wants him to do is to leave the place. He wants him to go to another place, to a village, and live with his grandfather. Now, this village is based in Kerala. That is where Ayan has to go. Since he does not have any job as of now, that he decides that let me just go there, and he decides to meet his grandfather and live with him. The main reason being that he's not in a very good shape at the moment. He is very old and he requires some kind of supervision. The one thing that I really enjoyed about the book was that I never expected a village or a rural area to be as much fun to live at. For the most part of my life, I have lived in an urban area. I have visited my village a few times, but I never really enjoyed staying there. I feel that when you live in such an area for a long time, you definitely become a lot more friendly. You definitely become a lot more down to earth because a lot of facilities that we see around us where we live are not present in a rural area. So it becomes very important for people to help each other because if people don't help each other, things can become really difficult. That is where the rural areas are very different from urban areas. You will find people a lot more helpful in these areas. So that is something which everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime. And I do believe that sometime in the future I might visit my village as well and live there for an extended period of time. I have never stayed in my village for more than a month or two. So that is something that I definitely look forward to after reading this book. This book takes you to a very long journey in the village. The main reason for that journey definitely was for Ayan to meet his grandfather and stay with him. Later on, how his relationship develops with his grandfather is also being described in the book. The main theme of the book is how people forget their parents so easily. Ayan's grandfather is not being taken care of by his father. His father has not visited him for a long period now, and even in the future, he does not have any plans of visiting him. His father feels that at this age, the grandfather is much more a liability than an asset, and he has done a lot of things in this book which I don't think any son should be doing to his father. At that point of time, I think Ayan becomes a much needed support for his grandfather, and that is something we should all look forward to being. I don't think that we should be only as a grandson as Ayan was, we should also be as good a son as Ayan was. He was much more supportive to his grandfather than his son, and I feel that is something which I took out of this book. Overall, reading this book was a great experience. I think every one of you should read this book. I don't generally say this thing about a lot of books that everyone out there should read it, but I don't think this book will disappoint any one of you. You can just pick it up and you can be ready to be mesmerized by it. It is that kind of a book. So yeah, that is one word I would use for this book. So definitely give it a read. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, so you can just subscribe to Kindle Unlimited and read this one without paying anything extra. And stay tuned for more such reviews and more such updates. Subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon.